In a world where skepticism kept many blind, a young man saw a future buried in codes and claimed it. This is the story of Blord, the Nigerian crypto billionaire who turned scandal into strategy, pain into power, and fear into fortune. In early 2015, the word Bitcoin was a joke, a passing trend. The tech bros then called it digital madness. That was the name on the streets of Nigeria. Because in Africa, there is a proverb that when you want to kill a dog, you give it a bad name. So many gave crypto a bad name. But Blord, just a teenager then, he was the first child from a family of 7. At age 17, he left the house. Because most times no one knows the burden the first son of the family carries. Most first sons carries the generational burden to break the circle of poverty, despite the fact that his family could afford some of the basic things of life. That wasn't the kind of money he was looking for. Like Oliver Twist, he wanted more, but he knew that the crown was heavy. Blord had one goal, and it was to change the story of his family. High hustler as our policy. Stay with us till the end of this video, because we do give fresh hustle update at the end of each video. Back to our story. So when people talked of BTC, he didn't laugh. He watched, he read, he studied. While others chased MMM and Ponzi dreams, he was learning blockchain. When even the internet cafe guys didn't know what it meant, he stayed locked in. Business lesson: early knowledge is compound wealth. The first to move is the first to win. With no capital, but just a hunger to win, he started studying how the new economy works. With no money, he knew he could leverage his knowledge. He started educating those who have the money to invest, but had little knowledge about blockchain. Business lessons: it's not about having the resources, it's about being resourceful. Blord was resourceful. He had no money, so he offered his expertise, which earned him some money to start trading. Hustle quote: when you invest in the unseen, you are betting on your future self. When you invest in the unseen, you're basically placing a bet on your future self. Bruh, it's like stacking chips on a table you can't even see yet, but deep down, you know your day will come. You're sowing in the dark so you can ball in the light. It's the real OG move, no cap. Blord understood that every boss started as a nobody, flipping hope and hustle, grinding while nobody clapped. He knew that it's that silent paper chase that makes a man. To make it, he knew he has to lock in and sacrifice it all. Blord understood that hustlers live on vision, not vibes. You gotta peep what others can't. Invest in moves regular folks sleep on. That's how Blord was able to cook up his legacies in silence. So as time went on, he came to the point he realized that risk is the seed of reward, and that comfort never builds empires. So fearlessly, without a backup plan, he launched out to the open. Ancient wisdom: the chick that will become a cock is known from an early age. If you study all the greats in their chosen field, you will realize that greatness leaves clues early. Just like you can tell from a young chick which one will grow into a bold, crowing cock, a leader, a warrior, a boss. People with big futures often show signs early in life. It might be in their confidence, hunger, wisdom beyond their years, or how they handle setbacks. Nothing just happens. Those days in school, while his peers played football, he was thinking, how can I break free from poverty? But school wasn't enough. Poverty was knocking too loud. The young man wanted more, not the average money. Business lesson: your circumstances don't define you, your hunger does. It ain't about where you start, it's about how bad you want it. Every entrepreneur out there making it big came from somewhere. Some from broke homes, some with no connections, some with nothing but a dream and empty pockets. But what separates the big dogs from the bench warmers is hunger. Hunger is that fire in your belly that don't care about excuses. It's waking up broke but thinking like a millionaire. It's being down today and still grinding like you already made it. It's flipping every L into a lesson. On the street, circumstances are the background noise. Hunger is the beat you move to. Blord knew this, so he didn't wait for perfect condition. He made those moves in the mud, built empires with scraps, and turned hate into hype, which is a powerful reminder that where you come from don't matter, how hard you hustle does. While in the university, where most people were busy flexing with allowance money, chasing trends, and living for the weekend, young Linus aka Blord was busy plotting his escape from average. Times were hard. He couldn't keep up with the rich kids, so he had to augment the little allowance he was getting. He got a shop space on campus and started repairing phones. Most people in his shoes could have turned to crime like the popular internet fraud, but he wanted something different. He put up his space and was surviving this way. One day, an encounter changed his life. Like a shark, he could smell an opportunity from miles away. A guy came into his shop asking if he knows how to sell his Bitcoin. He quickly did his research online and helped him secure a vendor. That night, while thinking, it all made sense. Why don't he start buying Bitcoin and selling? He could be the middleman. That night, he couldn't sleep. At the break of day, he was up. He set up a new signpost buying Bitcoins from students. With his little profits, he didn't have millions, no big inheritance, just a tiny stash of savings, the kind most people would have used for sneakers, a new phone, or maybe a weekend cruise to Enugu. But not Blord. He saw what others refused to see. Hustle quote, "When the crowd laughs, the wise man listens." He took that tiny saving and did the unthinkable. He bought Bitcoin. It wasn't much, but that little digital asset was a seed. Ancient wisdom, the mighty Iroko tree, was once a tiny seed buried in the dirt. Never forget that it's not about how much you start with. It's what you do with what you have. Small money, smart moves, big future. While others were waiting for big capital to come, Blord used his little to open a digital door to financial freedom. And guess what? That one small investment became the spark for his empire. By 2017, Blord made his first 1 million from crypto. It was so massive for him, but watch out. He did something different. He didn't spend it on some luxury or new drip. Because what he did, he reinvested that money. If you study success, you will realize that success is contagious. In 2019, Blord launched the Blord Bitcoin Store, which is a platform that quickly became the go-to for crypto deals in Nigeria. And in a matter of months, the young man was running up transactions worth millions in a day. He got a bigger office space and also increased his workforce. For many people, that was success, and they could have chosen to stay there. But Blord was seeing the bigger picture. After Blord's bold Bitcoin investment paid off, he didn't just relax and flex. Like a true digital hustler, he saw bigger opportunities. Where others saw one-time luck, he understood one deep street lesson. Hustle quote, "When the river overflows, you don't fetch with a spoon, you bring a drum." So, while many young crypto traders cashed out for flashy watches and temporary clout, Blord started building companies, turning his Bitcoin profits into long-term businesses. And this was the blueprint. This was his first major business move. It wasn't just about trading Bitcoin anymore. He created a trusted platform where people could buy and sell cryptocurrency safely. When Nigeria's crypto market was filled with fear and fraud, Blord positioned himself as the crypto middleman, a move that set him apart and built his reputation. With the profits rolling in, Blord diversified. He knew the game. No wise man eats from one pot alone. Ancient wisdom. The man who plants today will eat tomorrow, but the wise man plants in many farms. He launched Blord Real Estate Limited, investing in residential and commercial properties. From luxury apartments to business spaces, he planted wealth in land, while others were stuck chasing digital coins only. Ancient wisdom. You don't dance with one leg. Wealth must be balanced. He knew for a balance in his finances, he needed to multiply his streams of income, so he took his next big step. He was a visionary. Blord saw a gap in financial services, especially in digital payments and transfers. So he started JetPay Limited, a platform aimed at making seamless digital transactions easy and secure in Nigeria's unpredictable financial space. Soon as the app rolled out, it was a huge success. Then when his haters and distractors thought he was done, he did the next deal. Knowing fintech was the future, he launched Billionaire, a tech company focused on cryptocurrency services, digital payments, and utility bill payments. At a time when people still doubted crypto's place in real finance, Blord positioned himself as a bridge between the old system and the new economy. That was where the real bag was to be secured. He had cracked the code to generational wealth. Business lessons. Reputation is currency. In a risky space like crypto, being known as the reliable plug turned him into a brand. Today, Blord Group of Company, which began with Bitcoin, has turned into a multi-sector empire. But before the behind, Blord Groups of Company would be known to the world, something happened. The EFCC came knocking. Every hustler knows that success comes with shadows, and in a country like Nigeria, the hometown envy is vicious. A petition came right from Abuja, and Blord was picked up in Anambra by men of the Nigerian police force. He was flown to Abuja, and for 3 good days the EFCC interrogated him in detention. The news of his arrest was all over social media, newspapers and magazines. It was strange. No one had seen a 25 years old having such massive funds, something most people work all their lives and never come by. They didn't understand the crypto world. To them, it was a fairy tale. How can crypto afford all the social media lifestyle, the mansions, cars, designers, massive philanthropy, and much more? Right there in detention, he knew it was his time to shine. He leveraged the scandal. Investors hesitated. Partners worried. Will Blord's empire crumble? But Blord kept the faith. Hustle quote, for a true hustler, scandal is a stage. Even the elders say the same water that drowns can carry the canoe. A smart businessman must know how to ride on the waves of controversy and troubles to greener pasture. If you have the entrepreneurial spirit and aura, times of storms is always a moment of breakthrough for your organization. Blord knew this, his instincts told him, and he never looked back. He embraced his destiny with tears in his eyes. As such, instead of breaking down, Blord broke through. The security agencies claimed they had received petition on his companies following allegations of cryptocurrency fraud and terrorism funding, which later turned out to be untrue. It was all crafted from his distractors. At the end, he came out clean. That was how the case hit the blogs. His name trended for all the wrong reasons, but instead of running, he leaned in. He turned scandal into spotlight, used the whole drama, and gained millions of followers, showed transparency, and made the system the stage. And from that moment, he became so popular that he never ever needed an influencer for his brand no more. Hustle quote, don't hide when the storm hits. Use it to water your name. Even when very dark man, a loud, controversial figure accused him, called him a fraud, trying to reignite the flames of the past. He fired back, then ignored him. African proverb, the lion does not turn around when a small dog barks. Today, Blord isn't just a Bitcoin vendor. He's a philanthropist, a tech innovator, a mentor. He empowers Nigerian youth, funds startups, builds homes. He understands that real wealth is how many lives your money improves. He understands that the final stage of business is legacy, not luxury. He didn't just break the poverty cycle. He's building ladders for others. Today, Blord is married to Linus. He often shares glimpses of his family life on social media. emphasizing the importance of family amidst his busy schedule. Hustle quote, "Find a real one and stay down." Blord also made the decision to settle down and marry, a move many young hustlers avoid when the money starts coming. In his own way, he found a real one and stayed down. Instead of getting lost in fake love and distractions, he chose stability over street validation. The man who builds his home early builds his empire faster. So find the right people, the right systems, the right partner. Don't let money, fame, or clout distract you. Stay loyal, stay grounded, stay focused. Because, as hustlers say, the tree that survives the storm is the one deeply rooted. So to all hustlers out there, what storm are you facing today? What idea are you hiding because others don't believe in you? As we promised, here's one smart, cheap, and profitable agro-business you can start right now. Snail farming. Yes, snails. Those slow, quiet hustlers can turn you into a silent millionaire. Low capital, small space, and high demand in hotels, restaurants, and export markets. If you're hungry to break limits, start small, think smart, and let your snails crawl your way to fortune. Remember Blord. He bet on himself when no one else would, and it made all the difference. If he did it, what's your excuse? Hi Hustler, subscribe now for more untold stories of real business giants. If you haven't become a hustler, join the family now. Ancient proverb: the path does not close for the man who walks it with courage.